Good morning, everyone. In this class, we are going to see about introduction of suspension system and what are the objects of suspension system. In previous class, we have discussed about the introduction of unit 4. So in that unit, there are different topics. One is suspension system and another one is braking system. And the third one is electrical system. These are all fourth unit. So in previous class, we have discussed about the overall introduction of the fourth unit, that is a suspension system. What is suspension system and what are the different types of suspension systems used in automobile vehicles? What is braking system? What are the different types of brakes used in automobile vehicles? And also what are the electrical system? Why the electrical system is more important in the automobile engineering? These topics were discussed in yesterday's class. So today we will see about the first part of the unit 4. It is suspension system. In this class, we will see the introduction of suspension system and what are the objectives of suspension system. First of all, what is suspension system and what is the main purpose of suspension system? What are the uses of suspension system? What are the basic components of suspension system? And what are the different types of suspension system? What its objectives? We can see in this class. First of all, what is suspension? The suspension is the term given to the system of springs, dampers, shock absorbers, and linkages that connects a vehicle to its wheels. The suspension system. Any type of automobile vehicle you can take. Any type of automobile vehicle, which is a car or bike or trucks. Any type of automobile vehicles you can take. Compulsory, they have a suspension system. They have a suspension system. So it is mainly two types, that is a dependent suspension system and a independent suspension system. There are two types of suspension systems. Okay. So in that two types, there are different types of dependent systems and different types of independent suspension systems. It is classified. So in that classifications, we will see in further classes. So the suspension is the term given to the system of springs or dampers. That means suspension to give that vehicle, any type of automobile vehicle you can take. So the suspension should take the roads. It is by using springs or dampers, shock absorbers, any other different types of suspension systems are used to take the vibrations or damping forces of that suspension system, and it gives the smooth running operation of the automobile vehicle. Suspension systems serve a dual purpose. The suspension system have a dual purpose. It is contributing to the car's handling and braking for good active safety and keeping vehicle occupants. It is comfortable and reasonably well isolated from road noise, bumps, and vibrations. These are all things the suspension should take to give the better ride on the roads. Okay, so what he told, the suspension system serves a dual purpose. The suspension should take the dual purpose. First purpose is it should take the different vibrations or damping forces to that suspension and to give the vehicle smooth running of the vehicle on the roads. Okay, there are two dual purpose. It is contributing to the car's handling and braking for good active safety. So the suspension system is works on the handling of the total automobile vehicle and braking for good active safety. When whenever we apply the brake on the automobile vehicle, immediately the small amount of distance the vehicle should be stopped. So in that vehicle has a good suspension system. Okay, if we apply the brake, the vehicle should not stop the small amount of distance. The vehicle should stop at the it will take so much amount of distance. So there is no a good suspension system. Okay, so for example, you can see it is a vehicle. So in this road the vehicle is moving, in this road the vehicle is moving in this direction. Okay, so the vehicle goes like this direction. Whenever we apply the brake, whenever we apply the brake of the vehicle, so in this vehicle has a good suspension system, in this vehicle has a good suspension system, the vehicle should immediately stop at a small distance. The vehicle should stop at the small amount of distance on the road. So the vehicle has not good suspension system. The vehicle has a uh, no suspension system. That means perfect. The vehicle has not perfect suspension system. So the vehicle is stops on the road. It will take so much amount of distance on that road. So much amount of distance on that road. So whenever we apply the brake, so the vehicle should immediately start. The vehicle has a good suspension system. If the vehicle should not stop immediately, if that vehicle has not good suspension system. Okay, so those are the two things. We are applying the brakes on the vehicle and keeping vehicle occupants comfortable. If the passengers are comfortable in that vehicle, uh, we are giving the good suspension system to that vehicle, the passengers feel like very comfortable. There has no good suspension system on that vehicle, the passenger should feel it is not comfortable. Why? Because there are different the vehicle should travel different uneven roads, damping roads or speed breaker roads. There are different types of roads the vehicle should travel. There has no good suspension system, the passenger should feel it is not comfortable. Okay, so it has a good suspension system. So the good suspension system means we are using good suspension springs or any type of shock absorbers. These different types of suspension systems we can place on the automobile vehicles, the passengers are feel very comfortably. Okay, and it is reasonable well isolated from road noise, bumps and vibrations. So there is no good suspension system, the road noise occurred, bumps occurred and vibrations occurred. If the suspension system is very good on the automobile vehicle, so these are all taking and to give the smooth running of that vehicle. Okay, these goals are generally at odds, so the turning of the suspension involves finding the right compromise. The suspension also protects the vehicle itself from damage and wear. So if we place a good suspension system of that automobile vehicles, it is to protect the wear and damage. So why? Because we are placing good suspension system, the wear resistance is very less, because of so many moving parts are um, involved in the automobile vehicle. So in that moving parts, the wear resistance is very high. We are placing very good suspension system of that vehicle, the wear resistance is very less. Okay. And next one, the damage. The vehicle runs on the different uneven roads. So in that roads, bumps occurred, speed breakers occur, and dampings occurred. So many different types of road the vehicle running, there is no good suspension system, the vehicle should be damaged. We are placing good suspension system on that vehicle, so the vehicle should not damage easily. Okay. And next one, the design of front and rear suspension of a car may be different from one another. The design of front and rear suspension system. If we take any type of automobile vehicle, that is a front axle and a rear axle, front type suspension and a rear type suspension. These front type and rear type suspensions have individual suspension systems we are using, or dependent suspension systems we are using. Okay, so the design of this front and rear wheel suspension system, it is different. Okay, suppose it is a vehicle, it is one car. So in that car, it is the front side, rear side. Okay, these are the wheels. So the front side suspension system, the front side wheels of the suspension system and the rear side wheels of the suspension system is maybe different. So the design of the front side suspension system and the rear side suspension system is different, because of the steering system is placed in the vehicle. The steering system is connected to the front wheels of the automobile vehicle. Oh, in that case, we are using different designs of suspension system in the automobile vehicles. And next one, you can see the suspension system. So a suspension linkage system of some sort is needed to enable the wheel to move up and down vertically. We are placing the suspension system on the wheels. How the suspension system works? You can see, suppose these are springs. These are springs. You can imagine these are springs. So the vehicle is running on a road. There is a speed breaker or any damping is occur. Automatically, the wheel should react the these damping forces or speed breaker forces. The wheel should move up and down motions vertically, up and down motions vertically. This wheel should move up and down motions vertically. Okay, there is no speed breakers or there is no dampers. The road is very smooth. The vehicle runs on the road very smooth ride occurred. Okay, because of there is no dampers occurred, there is no speed breakers occurred, there is no uneven uh, dips occur dips occurred on the road. In that case, the vehicle runs on the road very smooth riding. Okay, you can see, I will show one example of this suspension system. So it is one simple example of the suspension system. Just see about what it is. It is road surface. It is road surface. It is road surface. It is unsprung mass M1. Unsprung mass M1. And the damper is occurred on that road. Damper. Damper. Spring system. Spring system. Spring system 1. Spring system 2. And the next unsprung mass M2. Unsprung mass, sprung mass M2. We are using unsprung mass M1 and the sprung mass M2. There are two springs, spring 1 and spring 2. Okay, you can see if the road surface dishes up rugged conditions under the suspension system transforms the bumps and dips into the smooth. When the suspension system refers to the assembly of different parts and linkages that connect a vehicle to its wheel and isolate the vehicle body from the road shocks in the form of bounce, pitch, and roll. The suspension system function to absorb the energy vertically accelerated wheel, allowing the frame and body to ride undistributed while the wheels follow bumps on the road. You can see there is a spring S1. It is represents the tires which are in direct contact with the road surface. You can see that spring 1 S1. Okay, this S1 represents the tires which are in direct contact with the roads. Next, block M1 represents the unsprung mass of wheel and axle assembly. So in that wheel, we are connected the axle. We are connected the axle of the wheel. That is a front axle or rear axle, any type of axle you can take. That axle is connected to the wheel. So that is the unsprung mass of weight M1. And next one, spring S2 denotes the suspension spring system. Spring S2, you can see the spring S2, it is the suspension system. We are using spring suspension system, that is S2. And the block M2 above the suspension spring represents the sprung mass contributed by the automobile body. So the M2 is the overall automobile body. The M2 is the overall automobile body, that is sprung weight M2. So this overall weight is falls on the you can see the suspension system S1. The overall weight of the vehicle should falls on the suspension system S1. Okay, you can see the block M2 above the suspension spring represents the sprung mass contributed by the automobile body, and the springs is used maybe the types of there are different types of springs used, leaf springs, coil springs, and torsion bars. Unsprung mass does not get the benefit of spring action where the sprung mass does do it. And shock absorbers and dampers which provide the damping effect to spring oscillation caused by the energy of road shocks. So the vehicle should occur the damping. So the vehicle runs on the dampers. Automatically the suspension system S2 to take the suspension. So in that suspension, the wheel should move up and down vertical directions of the vehicle, vertical directions of the vehicle or vertical directions of the road. The suspension system S1, those are wheels of the automobile vehicle, that is direct contact with the road. That is direct contact with the road. So it is the example of any type of automobile vehicle you can take. So in this working procedure is based and the vehicle should run very smooth running on the roads. We are arranging different types of suspension systems on the automobile vehicle. Okay. So next one, what are the two perspectives of these suspension systems in automobile vehicles? One is ride and another one is handling. So the ride is also known as isolation. The ride is also known as isolation. That is ability to smooth out a bumpy road. That means there are bumps occurred. There are a different the vehicle is traveled on the uneven roads. So in that uneven roads, there are different types of dips occur or bumps occur. So many disadvantages occurred on that road. Okay, so we are placing a good suspension system on that vehicle. So the ride of the vehicle should give very smooth running on that roads. Because of we are placing good suspension system on that vehicle. So that's why we are getting a smooth ride on that vehicle. Next one, handling, also known as control. Handling means the overall automobile vehicle should be controlled. It is ability to safely accelerate and corner under braking system. So accelerate, that means speed. In that uneven roads, the speed control is very important. The acceleration is very important of that vehicle. It is controlled very important, and it is controlled some difficult in that uneven roads. So we are placing a good suspension system on that road, and the acceleration position is very good on that vehicle. We can handle easily of that vehicle. And corners and brakes, cornerings, the vehicle should take the turnings, and we are applying brakings. So in that also the suspension system play a vital role on these automobile vehicles. These are the main two perspectives of the automobile vehicles. And next one, so we can see what is suspension system. First of all, what is suspension? We will see uh, these slides overall introduction of the suspension system. So coming to the topic, what is a suspension system? It means suspension is the term given to the system of springs, shock absorbers, and linkages that connects a vehicle to its wheels. The suspension system, it is a term. The suspension system, any type of suspension systems you can take. It is a springs or leaf springs or coil springs, any type of those are different types of springs, and shock absorbers are you can take any type of suspension system. It is a term. So that suspension systems is connected to the automobile vehicle wheels through linkages. Automobile vehicles through linkages. Okay, it serves a dual purpose, contributing to the car's handling and braking. It serves a dual purpose. So the suspension system acts as dual purpose. I will already told what is dual purpose, and it is contributing to the car's handling and braking. It is handling and braking system of the vehicle. To protect the vehicle itself and any cargo or luggage from damage and wear. So the suspension system should protect the overall automobile vehicle and wear resistance and luggage. Okay, these effect should not give the vehicle to that suspension system. Next one, what is the main purpose of the suspension system we are used in the automobile vehicles? The suspension system should give, and it supports the weights. So the suspension system to supports the weight. So the high amount of weights are acted on that body. The suspension system should take that weights and to give the smooth ride on the roads, and it provides a smooth ride. Allow a rapid cornering without extreme body roll. So in the rapid cornering, that means The turnings we are taking on the roads, there are different types of loads are acting on that axles and wheels of the automobile vehicles. So the smooth ride getting on the vehicle at turnings, the suspension system is play a very good role on the automobile vehicles and keeps tires in the firm contact with the road. So compulsory we can check the one main thing, it is the wheels are correct contact with the roads. That's why the steering system is work very um, proper manner to that contact with the roads. Otherwise the steering system should not work and the vehicle should not uh, running on the road. Okay, so the direct contact of the roads of the wheels is very important. It allows front wheels to turn side to side for steering. It allows the front wheels, so the front wheels are turning, that is side to side. The front wheels are moving at angular motion, that is left side and right side of the road. Okay, works with the steering system to keep the wheels in correct alignment. Works with the steering system. So the steering system is placed in the automobile vehicle at a proper position of the vehicle should maintain to give the good running of the uh, road and isolate passenger and cargo from vibration and shocks. There are many vibrations occurred or shocks occur. We are placing a good suspension system. The passenger should feel very comfortable journey on that vehicle. What are the desirable characteristics of the suspension system? It minimizes response to external disturbances. So to minimize the external disturbances of the automobile vehicles, we are placing a suspension system on the vehicle to minimize the external disturbances, that is a noise, shocks or vibrations. This amount of external disturbances we should avoid. We are placing a suspension system on the vehicle. And next one, ensure satisfactory control response characteristics. It ensures the satisfactory control response. So the control response means the overall automobile vehicle should control the driver's hands only. So we are placing the good suspension system. The vehicle should very good control on the driver hands. Okay, that's why it is very satisfactory to control the uh, vehicle and ensure no major or uncomfortable instabilities. Ensure to measure or uncontrollable instabilities. So uncontrollable means we are not placing a good suspension system on that vehicle. It is uncontrollable. Okay, we are applying the brakes. It should not stop immediately. It should stop. It will take some amount of time to stop that vehicle. That is uncontrollable. So that is also one example to that uncontrollable. And next, provide satisfactory information flow to the driver. It provides satisfactory information flow of driver and remain consistent in behavior with changing environmental factors such as rough surfaces, change in surface coefficient. It means the road surfaces are very good condition. The vehicle should runs on the road very smooth ride occurred. So the roads are uneven roads. We should not get the smooth ride on the roads. Okay, so it is also the smooth road surfaces also very good good thing in the automobile vehicles traveling on the uh, environment. Next one, what are the main types of these suspension system? Those are mainly classified into two categories. It is a dependent suspension system and a independent suspension system. What is dependent suspension system? It means when a solid axle is used, movement at one wheel will in some way affect the opposite wheel. Older cars and commercial vehicles. So the dependent system means only a solid axle is used. In that solid axle is connected to that wheels, okay. So the springs are any type of suspension system we are using on that vehicle, uh, that suspension system is directly connected to this solid axle, if the bump is occurred, if one wheel is taking the suspension system, automatically the another wheel of the automobile vehicle is also takes that effect. Opposite wheel also takes that vibration or damping forces, okay. It is getting on the dependent suspension system. In this dependent suspension system is used in older cars and commercial vehicles only. What are the advantages of this dependent system? It is simple construction and almost eliminates camber change, reducing tire wear. It is very simple in construction. And almost eliminates the camber change. So we cannot change the camber to reduce the tire wear. These are the advantages. And next one, independent suspension system. Each wheel is free to react to whatever change in surface without directly affecting the others. Most modern cars. Nowadays, we are using so many automobile vehicles, it is independent suspension system. That means the suppose the suspension system I am using springs, so in that springs is placed in the vehicle. If the vehicle has four wheels, the four suspension systems is used in individual, okay. Suppose it is a vehicle it is first wheel, second wheel, third wheel, and fourth wheel. So the suspension system of this vehicle we can use independently. Okay, it is first suspension system, and it is next suspension system, and it is third suspension system, and it is fourth suspension system. Those are all independent suspension systems we are using. So in that case, what is the advantage? It is if the dampings or speed breakers are occur, only uh, that that wheel should take that vibrations or shocks, okay. Suppose there is a deep occurred, so in the deep only this amount of wheel should take the uh, that amount of forces or that amount of shocks or vibrations of the vehicle. Another three wheels are very smooth running, okay. So that is the main thing in the independent suspension system. What is the advantage of this independent suspension system? Better ride and handling. It is very better ride and handling. And next one, sprung weight and unsprung weight. You already know this, what is sprung weight and what is unsprung weight. The unsprung weight, it is uh, we are connected the wheels with an axle. So that is the axle is the unsprung weight, and the sprung weight, it is the overall vehicle body weight, it is sprung weight, okay. So what are the basic components of the suspension system? What are the basic parts? Control arm, steering knuckle, ball joint, springs, and shock absorbers or dampers, control arm bushings. These are the uh, basic parts of the suspension system. And what is independent system and non-independent system, you already known. So what are the suspension system springs? There are steel springs, leaf springs, tapered leaf springs, coil springs, torsion bar. In the torsion bar, plastic springs, air springs, hydraulic spring, rubber springs, and compression spring, cam shear springs, steel reinforced spring, progressive steel, fascia spring, torsion steel springs. These are the different suspension springs used in the automobile vehicle. So In next class, we will discuss in detail about this suspension system. What is rigid axle suspension system, and what are the different types of springs used in the automobile vehicles, and also what are the different types of suspension systems used in the automobile vehicles. These topics we will discuss in detail in further classes. So thank you guys.